Hope you guys had a good festival mood. So today we are going to continue the section where we stopped on Thursday. So we discussed about data and how the data is evaluated today and how the handling and how they're doing business. We understand the primary basic of the data and all, and where we are going to use the ETL and what are the tools available and how the tool is going to be used. We understand basics of ETL need and how the T and we came to know Talend, why we are using Talend. Two key elements we understand on Thursday. So why we people are choosing Talend, why they are migrating from other tool to Talend. So now we're going to see how the Talend, how you are going to download and all. So you can go to the site and you can see, I told you, right, you can go through the whatever documentation, why talent, what is the need and what are the supports and what are the community, what the support. So everything whatever you want, right, you can get through community. If you have any doubts or if you want to exchange any component, if you have any kind of, which is people used to do something, they have customized components which can be useful for the people, they'll put in an exchange. So you can log in and you can create your account and you can utilize the what are the things available in a talent. So you can get the community. Once you log in, create your account, you can get the community. If you have any questions or if you are facing any issue, you can start posting that question in the community. So people who has faced that issue are this talent product related people, they can reply to your question. So it sometimes it will be very quick or sometimes it will take time, depends on their availability or your question. So if the people as people has answer immediately, some other developers like us, they people also will answer your questions. Okay, and you can see the pricing. So that means what is the cost of license, how it is going to be. And coming to the solution, so what are the solutions they are providing? So the mainly areas what they are providing a solution like financial services, healthcare and government, retail, telecommunication, sales. See what not, they'll put everything, but nowadays all are started using talent for all the domains like retail, healthcare. So most of the projects you can see, right, or financial talent, whatever they mention, they started using. So financial, healthcare, retail and sales, marketing. So almost all domains are covered. So that means all the people which are who are using a tool, ETL tool, something, they started migrating to from other tool to talent. That's what their intention. Earlier, these many industries or categories they don't have. So now they started providing services to all kind of things. So there is a specific why they have mentioned. There is a depends on their need. They'll uh, release a related kind of features or components. For that purpose, they specifically mentioning what domains. Generally, it's a tool means it will be support any kind of data, but still there is some kind of encrypted data. For example, healthcare, there will be different formats of files. It's not a simple flat files or something. They'll have a HL7 or EDA. So you came to know. So whenever you are started working on healthcare or something, there you can see different kind of formats of data. It's not a simple plain text or something. That's where they started releasing to handle that kind of different structured files and all. So so you can find what components they're providing. So data fabric, in the sense, it's a combination of all the kind of flavors like data quality, master data, big data, mediation. So whatever they have provided through tool, they're going to give us data fabric. So this is a like kind of combination of all. It's you are going to get a license with all the perspectives, and it's going to be highest license cost on each user, and others it's going to be individual. So when you are not going to take a data fabric, So it's kind of combination, right? So if you are not taking that, you are going to buy data integration, or you want to buy some integrity governance, or you want to buy some data quality. So individually you want to buy, based on that they are going to charge the license cost for a year. So you want to download data integration, you can click on download integration. And one more thing you have to remember, so uh, any tool, right? Data quality and data integration and MDM. These things you may heard in other tools also. Apart from this, now recently added big data and mediation, and nowadays Spark. So whatever whatever newly coming, they're simply adding. So these all combination they'll give in a data fabric, but license is going to be very costly. But if you want to only data integration, you can they'll charge for integration cost. You want only data quality, for that they'll give a different charge. So whenever customer go and ask what the business and what the data and what they are going to handle, based on that they'll give that kind of license and prospectives. So you will not get all whatever you want in a talent, whatever talent is providing, all that prospectives will not. Prospectives in the sense, the same tool you can see the all the uh, all the different layers. So MDM is going to be a different view, and the DQ is going to be a different view. So data quality means we are going to keep profiling and all. So for that purpose, we are going to use the data quality. MDM means we'll make a data clean and cleanse, and we'll make a master data. For that purpose, there is a process to make a MDM. Now data integration we are learning. So data integration is going to be integrate between the two systems, or and integration perspective, we are going to use a two purposes. One is for data integration and data migration. So both will be covered under data integration. So we are going to learn data integration, NICU, MDM, and big data. So this is depends on under DI, same. They'll give you components related to big data. So you can just configure those components and all. So depends of your project. They're going to choose a combination of big data, or it's a combination of MDM, or it's a combination of data quality. So always DA is going to be there, because DAE means we are moving data from one system to other system, or one application to other application. We are going to move the data in between. You may need to have what kind of technology they're going to prefer, what kind of architecture they're going to follow. Based on that, you will have that big data or Spark. Nowadays, Python is playing around the world, right? So they are including PySpark, whatever. So Talend is a open source. There is no limitation what you can connect with the technology and all. So you can simply use your open source, and you can call any Python code or any Java code or JavaScript, HTML. So whatever is available to in the market, you can try to integrate. But it is going not that simple. It may be little tricky. So you can able to utilize the features which are available in market with the talent. Okay, so you want to write some kind of Python code, and you want to run from your talent, so that is possible. Okay, so that's where, so these kind of tools they are providing. So only data fabric you will have all the fields, and other than that you will have individual. So when you are not buying a license, nobody will give you the combination of all these things, right? So always when you go and download the open source, you will get a individual tool. So that's going to be, if you want to work with the data quality, you can download the data quality. If you want to work with the data integration, you can download the data integration, like that. So you can go here, and you can select the download. So it will ask you to fill the details, and you can get download. So here I cannot say it's not a installation or something. It's a always Talend is a client server communication nowadays. So nobody is going to have a full installation in our systems as a developer. So this is a client server communication. So you will just have a studio. Okay, server is going to be installed in a somewhere in your Linux server or somewhere wherever they're maintaining. Admin is going to install the server. So you are going to connect all the whatever available. So whatever are features which you are going to utilize from the Talent server, that will be connected through your studio. So your studio is just a it's just a kind of uh, how we are open notepad like that. You can write anything, you can save, but whenever you commit or whenever you save something, right, it will go through the communication to server. Okay, and it will store into the related job server or whatever. So till now, sorry, I forget to share screen. So you can see, right? So here I'll just repeat. So here you can go through what are all the Talent related features and what they are providing and all. These are all we discussed orally, right? You can just go through it and you can understand what domains they are providing. So you want to download any tool, right? You can go products and you can select the data integration. If you feel difficult to drive through navigate this link, you can just go and click on Talent data integration download. Just click on that. It will give you the links directly. So I have already click on this. You can see, right? You can just go and click on this download open source Talent data integration. Now you guys able to see my screen, right? So you can see all the steps over the documentation. So what to download and how to save the file and how to open the studio and all. You can see all the steps. Okay, so you can follow these steps. So after downloading, so you can place anywhere. So this is not a that is where I am started discussing about uh, this is not a installation what we are going to do now, because without license they'll not give a server and all, just a, they'll give a studio. So you can implement your jobs and all, but within your local you will have that data like whatever processes you are going to create, that will be there in your local mission. So you can go through the steps. I'll ping you this. You can just download and you can download and follow that just extract and you can click on that exe file. Okay, so if you face any issues, you can ping here chat tomorrow, or you can reach out to Tirupati. He has already download link and all, he'll share with you. Okay, so you can just follow this how to do. Just you can download the zip file and you can just extract anywhere. Not only C, they're giving the C drive. Can you please go on mute, whoever unmute? I'm hearing my voice. C drive, and you can place some folder and extract that zip simply. And then prerequisite is, right, you want to open the Talent, you need to have Java. So Java is installed in your mission or not. So just to go to the command prompt, you can select a Java. So just click on this. This kind of information is coming. That means the Java is installed. If it is not coming, it will say Java command is not recognized. And you can verify. So what is the latest version in your mission? So like this, if you type a wrong command, it will give error. So now you can see, right? So 8. So 8 is a version. So it has in my mission. So same way you can validate Java hyphen version command and check your mission has Java or not. Once Java is available, you can start after unzip that code, whatever they have provided the zip file, right? You can just extract it. So after extraction, it is going to be, I'll show you how it is going to be. So after extraction, it will come like this. You can see the unzipped directory, and you can see all these kind of folders and all. Everything will be created. And here you can see that application icon, right? This is application icon. You just click on this. It will open Studio. Okay. It is not a install actually. It's just a zip file, and we are just trying to open the launch the Studio. Okay, installation is going to be separate, and they're not giving us open source installation and all. Just it's going to be a application launch, so it will create a related folders and whatever workspace, whatever jobs you are going to create, right? Those things will be stored in a workspace. So this kind of you can see whenever you launch the Studio, installation is nothing but it will create these all folders, and related libraries are required, support softwares, everything, the related libraries, everything will comes under these folders. So this is has completed, then you can start launch the Studio. Okay, if you launch the Studio, if Java is available, then it will prompt the Studio and all. If you don't have a Java, it will throw an error, JVM is not found. Okay, make sure Java is installed in your missions before launching the Talend. Okay, so so and this is the documentation where you can whatever you want to search about one component, or you want to understand about any component which has some issues, so you can find out in a documentation. So documentation is going to be very helpful, but you don't find a typical any scenario which you are going to work. It's going to be they won't give all the kind of critical solutions are the basic settings and kind of advanced settings what you have to use and how to use. And some people will post what they have faced and what they have so how they have solved these kind of solutions. You can get through the Talent. You will not get any other sites. Mostly all your like problems and related solutions you can find in the Talent related portal only. You cannot normally if you Google it, right, any technology, you will get it different sites nowadays started, but mostly 80% of your problems and related any ideas or solutions you will find out in a Talent related site. But other technologies you will get a different sites and different Stack Overflow and all. But Talent is not like that. It's a rare skill set as in before 5 years or 6 years back. Now it has become a global, and people are started using. So people are started answering in a different portals also. So started you can find, but still it's a just with my experience, it's a 80% you will get a in Talent portals only. 20% you may get in the outside of Talent portal, like you'll get a Stack Overflow, or some other people have their blogs or pages. They'll post different whatever they tried with the Talent, those kind of things. Okay. Hope still this part I hope. And client server communication will start once we started. I'll show you that how the Talent and what are the features we have right now. We can just understand Talent is a we are learning data integration, and we are going to download the data integration perspective. And we need a prerequisite is Java is a prerequisite to install the Studio. And this is just a we are downloading the development tool. It's not a server communication and all. So open source means it's going to be a developer tool. So you can just develop, and it can store whatever you are going to do in a local mission. So all the flows, all the jobs you are going to create in a local. Okay. So this is just I downloaded from Google. This is the kind of I just want to walk through kind of architecture of ETLs. So any ETL, right? So whenever they start doing the development, or whenever they're choosing ETL to perform some data to be moved from some location to some location. So these are the source systems. We talked about source systems, right? Source system means what we have, what existing. So whatever we have existing, that should be the coil of source systems, or they'll call as a legacy system. So you can see, right, databases. So databases is going to be any database, Oracle, MySQL, or so existing any kind of relational database, they'll consider as a one source. And legacy system means it's going to be a file or some mainframes. It's going to be a old, very old systems. And SAS app. So if it is a latest application, so they have started. I told you, right? Business has expanded and they're using different new technologies. So kind of they have some SaaS application and they have some application. So it's going to be a web application which is going to be store data. Again, it's going to be stored in a different like a relational database, but still that is also one source for them. And web services, we talked about web services. So if they have any services, we want to pull the data from web service and we want to push that into somewhere. So kind of different. So whatever sources, it's not going to be same architecture for all the projects, but only you can see that some sources which can be available with the customer. So they're going to have a relational database and they're going to have a file systems. So when you coming to migration, mostly you will have a relational database and file systems. And if it is a integration, you are going to have a application and web services, these kind of things. So depends on what is the plan for them to data movement. So I can say simply data movement. So data they want to move from one source system or one technology to other technology, or one source to other source. It's kind of business need. So they want to go for a different technology due to cost reduction, or they want to use a new features from the technology which a current system has not that features. They want to move that. So these are all source systems. And coming to here, we'll have that kind of, this is going to change each and every project. So data loaders or whatever, it's going to be a tool. So what tool you are going to select? So you are going to select Informatica or Abinishu or Talend or Pentaho or SSIS or whatever. So whatever market, what tool they are going to fit, and what layers they want to follow. So whenever you are doing a process of data movement, people used to follow the layers. So layers in the sense, they won't straightly, so they'll take the data from source and they'll straightly load into the target. It's not going to be the case, because they have different plans on the different layers. In the sense, they'll create a, generally you will hear a source. So you'll hear these keywords: source, source to stage, then target. So in between also, this is a common like a common fundamental of when you are storing data from one place to other place, you have to keep stage the data. So stage the data to apply any logics, any transformation on top of the stage. You cannot directly apply, you cannot do the transformation directly on source. So source we should not touch. What you just reading purpose, we are going to use the source. So after that, you want to store the data. Whatever you read from the source, you have to store the data in your current base or current technology. So you have to store the data after reading the source data. You have to store into the your local stage. That's where they call it as a stage. So stages are going to be a different to each project. They'll create a number of stages, depends on the, they'll depends on the need and depends on the requirement. They'll create a different stages, but in generally staging means we are keeping temporary location the data from source, instead of directly putting all your transformation logics or all your efforts on source. we are going to apply on staging, and then we load into the target. So target is a final destination of data movement from source to the required destination. So source and destination is going to be there. In between, whatever we are going to have a different layers, depends on project. Naming is going to be different, but the purpose is they want to play with the data in a different layers, so not directly onto the source. The intention to create a stage is to play on data after we get from the source, so we cannot apply. That is the basic intention of creating multiple layers. So in this diagram you can see, right? So raw data, trusted data, service data, like this, each and every data, just they are reading and loading into the different stages, and they start doing kind of they'll do all the transformation and whatever required apply, like apply the validations on this data, and they'll pass it to the visualization, and they want to share data to the different application data sharing locations. So they'll store this data. So overall, using the ETL tool, we are going to play with the data. Raw data will read, and will read a trusted data. Will make that cleansing or standardization, and we'll keep that service data, because we are reading from services and applications also, right? So that's where they're categorized, and they'll maintain the data in different places, and they'll pass it to the next level. So visualization in the sense reporting and all. So nowadays you can see, right, artificial intelligence and machine learning. So that is also playing key. When we are going to have come that kind of machine learning, and when we are going to use it, is going to be predict the business. So you want to automate your process, and you want to predict the tomorrow's business. So there you are there, they're trying to, instead of manual human invention, they're trying to do the machine learning artificial intelligence. So visualization is just a reports. Maybe you heard that Tableau, ClickView, or Jasper report, these kind of tools. In Talend also we have a reports, but nobody is not interested to use Talend. That is not that much friendly, and it's not going to create a reports that like a user friendly or view. So that's where Talend is not that famous in reporting generation and all. Even though they identified that issue, so now Talend is like acquired with Jasper reports. So if you are working with the Talend reports, that is nothing but a Jasper reports. So Jasper is a existing reporting tool. So they have acquired that, and they are using that in plugins and all. So you can create a reports in Talend also. Now data lake, forget about this last part. It's kind of huge data lake and all. So overall, this flow, why I am showing this, this is how it is going to be. Who are not aware of the like kind of any architecture, why we are going to use the Talent, where we are going to fit the tool of ETL and all. So that's why I'm showing. So see, always when you go for any project, you'll have a two source or three source or five source, six source, doesn't matter. So you are going to use the tool, and you are going to read from each and every source of data, and you can apply. They'll give a rules. They want to apply any lineage or any data hierarchy. They'll give the rules and validations. You are going to use your tool, and you are going to load the data for a uh, source layer. That is going to be in your current technology, it's going to be a source layer. You want to create another source, you can create a DAL, data access layer. So namings and whatever you are going to write, so you can call it as a data access layer. So within your new new database, you can create a one more layer called as a data access layer, and from there you can create a staging area, and then you can create final target. So like that, it's going to be namings are changed, but intention is to make sure we are not directly applying our transformation or validation directly source. And one more, if you see here in the diagram, right? So each and every source is going to be different kind of environment, so it's not going to be the same under same environment. So that is where if you are trying to read the data from this one, it is going to be very quick. So you can read it 1 million in 15 minutes or 20 minutes. But when you are trying to read from legacy systems, it will take 1 million, it will take 2-3 hours. So this kind of latency, because of the different kind of the servers are installed, or the servers are reading from different time zones or readings. So that's where we'll create a one layer for apply our logics. So that's why I'm keep telling you, right? You cannot touch the source, you cannot apply any your transformations or any validations on directly on source system. You just read the data and you can put in your wherever you are, which new technology or within a which is a fastest source or a table schema. There they'll create a temporary schema and they'll ask you to put that all source systems data into the temporary schema. From there you will start writing your transformations, validations and everything. Okay, so that is the purpose of layers creation. So layers creation purpose is you can synchronize, or you want to get the data from different sources. There is a different issues. So reading will be fast, and it will be slow. It depends on your technology and depends on that system exist in the uh, server. So server, that's going to be like uh, even memory issues. So whatever other issues they wants to read the data and keep in your staging area and then start applying the logics. That's why you can see the diagram. Always you find that there is a some layer. First layer is going to be raw data, or it is going to be called as a source data access layer. So or in intermediate stage, so they'll call different names, but intention is to keep the source data in our controlled network. So in a controlled technology, the purpose of that is to make our life development is going to be simple, and you can apply the logics and all on the whatever you have copied the data from source to in your local. Okay, in a local in the sense, not in our local mission. So whatever current technologies and current things we are going to keep, right, for on that we are going to copy. So this is how it is going to be. So this architecture is a simple it's a just a common thing. This is how it is going to be, but it's not applicable for all the applications. It's going to be changed for depends on your business, and depends on the visualization is going to be there most of the things. And other than that, this AI and machine learning and data sharing also it will be there. Data sharing centers nowadays, it's centralized, and it's going to be readable or view by all other areas. So sharing will be there. Other than that, you will have this kind of information in our all projects. So, and coming to data integration migration, I told you, right, what is a data integration and what is a migration. So migration will be part of integration only. So migration in the sense, they have a application. So I told you, right, I'm keeping all the data in Excel. So I'm running my business. So after that I want to start my new application or my business with a centralized application which can be accessible anywhere. I can sit and I can see. So I don't want to keep again Excel in my existing branch. So Excel I want to sunset, like I want to close this. So I want to close this. So what I have to do, how many Excels I have, right? How many Excels I have data. So all the Excels data, I want to move to the latest my relational database, DBMS, or I want write into the CRM application. So data migration is nothing but a moving the data like kind of one time. So migration is sense all the data is moved once. you no need to run these jobs. So when you create a flows, right? So the flows no need to be run once the data. So here I have taken example. So I have a 1,000 Excel data. So I have asked to use a Talend and move the data into the MySQL using your Talend. So you have done that using Talend, and after that we don't want to run this job, and the Excels are going to be archived. So you no need to worry about the Excel, because I am also confident you have moved the data to the MySQL, so I no need to worry. So this Excel is going to exist, but in a in general and technical view, the Excels are sunset. So the business where we are running with Excel storing and all, right, they're going to start use my new application, so MySQL. So they have taken any customer details, or they have entered anyone booked the hotel, or anyone booked the room, whatever it is, it's going to be stored through directly to the application. So no Excel concept once the migration is completed. So integration in the sense, so they want to still run the Excel parallelly. So they don't want to close directly, because Excels have a million of Excels I have. So, and daily it's not it will not be very quick. It's going to be take time, or they want to keep Excel also some more time to maintain business and all. So they're not ready to close that completely Excel. So integration, what will happen, they'll share the Excel daily or weekly basis. They're going to share with you, and you have to load the data into the MySQL. So integration means still something is exist and you have to integrate. So whatever is there Excel, you are trying to move into the MySQL. So end of the day, the what data you have loaded through Excel and what data you have loaded in MySQL should be the same. That is what kind of syncing. So between two applications, you have to data sync. So sync will matches with the data between um, Excel and MySQL. So integration, that is, I'm giving a simple integration. That is not actual meaning of integration, but integration in the sense syncing data between two systems. So Excel and MySQL. So Excel is my source, and MySQL is my destination. So I want to make sure the data, whatever is stored in Excel, it's going to be daily. So I'll share with a daily file, or I'll share with weekly. So I don't want daily to run your job to load the data. So I'll give you a weekly once that file, because it's not a that much big business. It's going to be a thousands, or weekly it's going to be a lakh. So 1 lakh record, or 2 lakh record, something like that. Then why we have to run daily? So they'll define that frequency of loading the data, like data syncing between the Excel and MySQL. So that sync will happen depends on business. So they'll give you that frequency. So integration in the sense, and migration is one time. So you have done that migration, you have completed the data movement between that source to target. Then you are not in a place to run your jobs. You don't need to run the your whatever flows you created. Migration means it's done. So once you are done, it's done. But still there is a migration is going on. There is a little bit confusion of data migration and integration. Migration or integration is going to be very clear about what data we are moving from one source to other. So migration in the sense, one day you are going to stop your syncing. Integration means it's going to be an ongoing process for a long time, or a flaw. It's not forever. So data will be sync between this application, that other application, like Excel to MySQL. Migration means today you are running like a weekly or monthly. Whenever they ask, you are syncing a data between whatever source to target. But one day they'll ask you to stop the process. That means it's a migration. So they are done with the whole data movement from source to target. That is a key point. Even data migration project you are working, but still you are going to run the jobs. So that you are creating in a data integration. So integration is a meaning data movement. Okay, migration in the means, so integration only, but it's going to stop one day. So it's a just a migration. So it's kind of for example, you are living one place, you are planning to migrate, like you are for example, some people used to be there Andhra earlier, and they due to some job purpose or their father moved to Tamil Nadu, so they'll stay in Tamil Nadu from his childhood. So he is a migrant. Basically he's not from Tamil Nadu. He's staying in Tamil Nadu from his childhood. He's called as a migrant. He's a migrant. So he's a like kind of mood. He's a mood from one location to other location. So he's basically from Andhra, but he is a migrant because his father has a job in Tamil Nadu and he started his childhood onwards in Tamil Nadu. So he'll say, I am migrant from Andhra to Tamil Nadu when I was child. So that is what. So it is done. It is done. Somewhere it is done from Andhra to Tamil Nadu. He's a migrant. Always they're called as a migrant. He's not basically from Tamil Nadu. Same way, data is you are moving data from one source to other source. Once you are done the data movement to the target, so then it is done. So there is no integration required. So he has a properties in Andhra. That means it has a data is available in sources, that is different. But what the customer requirement is migrate. So migration of data from source to target, that is done. So migration is going to be kind of, there is a time limit. So when you are going to stop your processes. Okay. So integration is going to be ongoing process. So it's going to be keep on process between syncing data between source and target. So what source they were running and what the application. In this diagram you can see, right? So for example, web service is there. It's you want to read that a web service, and you want to, for example, from that service you'll have a different operation, get the customers or get the customer contacts. So you want to use that customer information onto the different business. So customer is going to be keep on added. So we cannot say customer entries are stopped, because every day uh, at least thousands of customers are going to be involved in our business. For example, you can take a bank. Today they have a thousand customers, and tomorrow we can say that is a number with access 1,000 customers. No, tomorrow somewhere some other location somebody will open a account. So again one more customer added, like that. N number of branches, every branch at least one person has opened the account. So you will get 1,000 customers at the end of the day. So that is going to be a changing number or changing customers number. So that is we want that latest customer information. So that is required integration. So always we have to get the latest newly account open, or some people will close the account. So we want that information. It's going to be keep on service. It's not, there is no end for service. So service is going to be always open, and it's going to be anything. They're going to close the account, they're going to open the account, or they're going to create a giant account. So something example is bank, I'm telling. So you can everywhere it's going to be service means it's a ongoing. There is no end. So it's going to be keep on, something will be add on. So that thing you want to capture, then you need to a integration process. So you can get that customers, and you can store where the customers you want, or it's related to some withdraw amount or transaction data. So transaction data is going to be it's not a one time data movement, right? So every minute somebody will have that transaction records and entries. So you have to take that and you have to put somewhere the transactions. So the integration, I told you one more example, right? So when you are using ATM, you are not strict to one bank, or nowadays it's not they're not giving any restriction. You have to open my bank only, or go to my ATM only. So you can go and withdraw money, or you can go and deposit the money in any bank. He has a account of with that bank. So that kind of services they are providing. So that means So HDFC or ICIC or Axis or HDFC, they are all integrated systems. So if the account folder is Axis, but still he is opening the like withdrawing the money in HDFC Bank. So I want that kind of information between the two systems. So that is called integration. So we have to keep the integration. The service are open. So when they withdraw money from HDFC, immediately I have to detect the money from the his own account like Axis folder. He's a Axis folder, so Axis account folder. So I have to withdraw like a depo or credit or a debit, whatever operation I have to do immediately. So that kind of service. That's where you will see the integrations mostly. So data will be synced between two systems on a continuous flow. So that's why we are going to call as integration and migration. So migration, one day it is going to stop. So once you are done with what the required data is moved, then you are going to stop your ETL process. So process whatever integration or a migration, you are going to create a job is going to be the same. The purpose of the job creation is going to be. So here we are talking about migration and integration. One more thing we have to understand. So always when you create a any process, it's going to be a how you are going to load the job. So what is the frequency? So when you have to run, what do you have to run? These kind of instructions are going to get from your client or a business. So this is the job. It's going to be a daily one time or daily every 6 hours or daily every 1 hour. So this kind of information is going to give, or this job is going to be run for monthly ones, or this job is for yearly. So there is a frequency. So job frequency depends on their business. They'll ask you when you have to run your job. So if it is a daily or monthly, weekly or yearly. So this is a called scheduling your process. Okay, scheduling part we'll talk later. But here, what I want to explain you. So the job frequency defined based on the business need and data how they are going to use and what the importance of data movement immediately. So daily in the sense, so they'll ask you to before every business starts 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. in other countries generally. Okay, except that's what if it is not a service call, it's they're not come to us. It's a web service, it's a continuous data flow and all. They won't come to ETL. Okay, ETL they're coming, they are using the ETL means it's a kind of data movement. So it's a bulk data movement in a batch process. So that's where I want to use the word. So batch process means every day you want to run one job at particular time. So I want to run 2 a.m. CST. So here what I am going to do, whatever business happened yesterday. So yesterday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. today. 6 p.m. or they have business to run like till 9 p.m. or everybody mostly they'll do it 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. right, night to 12 p.m. max. That is going to be the business grace line. So everybody will start business at 9 a.m. or it will be ended at 9 p.m. So till this time whatever data is updated the particular table or a particular file they have generated, so I am going to run at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. in the sense after completed 2 p.m. 2 hours we are giving a grace period. After that we are trying to load that 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. data into the target, some source to target. So this is called a batch. So one batch we are running at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. whatever business they have done before day. So before day. So before day, whatever they have done, we are done. This is called batch. So batch load. It's a bulk. So bulk data we are moving from source to target. So ETL is the main purpose of batch load. It's not a, real-time integration. That is called a service call. So real-time integration, they won't come to us because real-time integration within fraction of seconds, data is going to change and we have to move immediately. So that kind of scenarios we are not going to place a talent. or any ETL tool. So one another one is real time data integration. So this is also started available in the market like a kind of tools, some tools. So particularly Talent. So real-time data integration also they started giving us recently, like last 3 4 years they started. So they're given a big data and mediation. So mediation, these kind of keywords, this their Talent is not created anything. So these are all available different technologies already they have released in a product in a market. So what they're doing, they're just integrating these features into the Talent. So what is a big data? So big data, you may heard that HDFC and Hadoop. So these kind of whatever market tools, right? So just Talent is integrated. So and what it means, that your job is going to run on an engine. It is a listener kind of thing. It will keep listening what is coming from the source. Immediately it will pass the data to the target. So this kind of things is also started available. But earlier ETL means it's a batch processing. So data you want to move bulk from source to target. So there you are going to use the ETL tools. That's where I told you, right? If you have any data, have a manual entry, you will use a human resource. 100 people also for 1 million data. You are not sure how many days they'll complete that. But when you start using the tool and technology, you will write what logics you want to apply and you want to transform the data. So this is going to be a some effort, but it's a one time effort. So after that you will get a million data or a 10 million data. It doesn't matter, same job you're going to hit, and you whenever you want run you can run it. So that's where we'll use the ETL. And the real time data, right? Real time data in the sense, in this I given the example, right? So best examples are bank transactions. So it is a continuous integration, continuous. And even healthcare related. So somebody will utilize the service, then again it's not a global, it's a global, right? So always healthcare and banking and retail. So Amazon, Flipkart, whatever you are purchasing, right? We cannot stop the customers. So they can continuously 24 by 7, somewhere they'll start buying or selling or returning products or whatever. They're going to do the always transactions. So that kind of services you want to immediately want to transfer. For example, you have ordered some headset and headset is not working. So after you have took from that delivery boy morning 9 a.m. and within 2 hours uh, you want to return that product. So immediately you'll go to the system and you can update that it is not left side is not working or right side is not working or it is broken something. You will write a comments and you will try to return, and within a 1 hour that other guy will come and collect that product to return to the product owner. So wherever they get from the shop, they'll go and return. This is a broken and customer has returned. So how it is happening? It's a continuous integration. That is a real-time data. So whenever customer entered the return product and all, immediately I have to update all the systems. So whatever their systems, so they can see why they are returning, what is the purpose, and whom I have to assign to collect that data. So this kind of it's a chain process. So this kind of things will happen with the service, that is called service. So service in the sense it's a 24 by 7 something is uh, processing between the people. So between the whatever who is providing service and who is taking service, that people will have some transaction continuously. So this kind of data also you can process through tools nowadays and Talend. So mediation also, it's going to be a kind of application. So bank application. So for example, I have a two applications, like one is for credit card service and one is for loan service. So whenever people are taking credit card, I want to grab that customer to attract to take a loan, because that is what my business loan. So when customers are taking credit card means he needs some money. He's not having hand money, so he's going for a credit card. That means he need money. So I can offer a loan maybe he will attract maybe he will come become as a lead for me and initially, and after 2 3 months maybe he can put like he can take a loan from me. So the two applications means one is for I'll have a application to get the credit card and all that application, and I want to make that same customer to take a loan from me. So how I can get it? I want that customer what kind of credit card he is taking, and what is his salary, and where it is he is working. So these kind of details I want to know right before offering a loan. So somebody is earning for a daily 200 rupees, I cannot offer a 2 lakhs loan for him. Who is earning for a at least to 2000 per day, that person I can offer a loan for him. So this kind of analysis and this kind of information passing between two applications will happen when you have a real time integration. So the credit card when he took from bank, so immediately they'll store all the details of you, where you are working, and what is your basic, and what is your current salary, and where is your base location, and where is your permanent location. You have any other loans, you have any like you have any properties, whatever that information, as much as when they are giving a credit card they'll collect as much as, because they're giving a credit for you, so they're going to charge. So that information I am going to integrate with my other loan application, so there I can get that customer details and I can verify. So I'll start sending the information, sir, we have this offer for a loan for 6 lakh personal loan or a home loan, we are giving a this percentage. So if you are interested, let's contact us, like that they'll start doing the information passing. So that is a service, right? So it is a service but it's not free of cost. So loan is not free of cost, right? So they'll do some service. So if you need money, you don't know whom to reach and whom to get the money. So but when you saw that message, they are giving a personal loan 6 lakhs, okay, that is need for you. So okay, let's take a loan where they'll deduct from my salary. So whatever you think something, and you'll go and get that 6 lakh personal loan. So how that service happened? So that is a credit card application which I am maintaining. So I have that integration or communication between these two. So that is the key essence of to get the customers and make the business with the customer. If I don't have that kind of service integration between these two, so I have to go manually, or I have to get that data from somewhere somehow. It's a batch process, or somehow I get the credit card application, how many customers are how many customers are registered with us, how many customers are inquired about the credit card, how many customers are asked what are the question. This kind of information I cannot get quickly. So I have to go analyze again. When I have a real time integration, means service between these two application, so within a day, even I can, whenever I want to make the new release a new offer, so immediately I'll go and release the offer. So this is called real time integration between the data pro between two applications. So for that purpose we have a different technologies to use. Even you can use a web service, you can add a mediation is a kind of subset of web service. So it's going to be, so you can use web service. So here Talend has allowing to call the web services, and you want to create, you can create, but it's kind of services we are trying to integrate. All the ETL tools intention is to integrate the data, process the data between two applications. That's where you can call any existing web services, and you can read the data from that service, and you can push to the other service. So they're not so Axis and HDFC, they won't have a same kind of technology. So they'll have a service, but they don't use the same service. For example, Axis has built on .NET, and ICICI built on Java. So they each other can talk when you have some common native application. where you can create a where you can pull the data. Axis, I'm pulling the data using that service because I have a talent tool. I'll pull the data from Axis Bank. It's whatever it is, .NET or whatever. So that base kind of technical challenges are already sorted out in a web services. So if you are using .NET, or if you are using a Python, or if you are using a R, whatever. So but how to call that from Java to call Python, how to call that? That is called a service. So you can integrate the application Axis and Axis and ICIC. They're using a different technologies and they're having a different applications. So we cannot make everyone to use the same technology or same platform to maintain their applications and all. So we are having the flexibility, or we have a feature to adapt the what they are using and what they are consuming. So this is called consumer and producer. So you can consume the data from Axis and produce to the ICIC Bank. That is called a web service. So web service are created on different technology. In the sense, you will see that it's not a programming language. They'll create a data flows in a XML and JSON. So because it's a universal data transformation. So whatever you are reading from the Axis, they'll return that data in a format of transactionable with the web technology like XML or JSON, somewhere something. It's not specific to programming, it's a data. So just they want to move the data from Axis to ICIC, right? They'll return that response is going to return in a XML some file format. It's going to be a flat file, or it's going to be a XML or a JSON. So you will read the data and you will push that data to the Axis. So that's where we are going to use our tool. So you'll read from that XML data and you will push that XML data to the other service. So the way of data transferring is going to be they'll follow the same, but they have implemented their own application in a different technologies. So data transmission will happen through a common criteria, common file transfer. That is called like a XML or JSON, these kind of common. Any web service you can go and see the file formats are XML or JSON or any flat file. So that's where they're making universe of integration between two applications. Okay. So anyway, the point is we'll have a batch and real-time data integration process. Real-time in the sense continuous data. So when the record is inserted in one table, immediately you have to pass that data to the source system. So the real time in the sense always something is going to happen, like a business is going to happen on that application. That is called the real time. So real time in the it's we cannot predict how much data is going to be inserted for within a 10 minutes or 5 minutes. So real time means somebody will come and they'll order something and immediately somebody will return what they have received from delivery boy. So something is going to happen on a business daily. So real time means really in the world what people are doing. It's going to be business, or it's going to be some kind of service. So keep on people used to do something in a real world is called a real time. So when the somebody has done something, then immediately we have to pass that information to somewhere. That is called real time. Okay. And batch means day, like whatever is done entire day. So that data we are going to get that and we are going to push that. So some businesses it's not a real time. They'll have a like a free space and they can do that data processing on a later today or later night. They can process that data. So batch, so that is called batch in the sense bulk. So real time in the sense it's not going to be bulk. So if my service is running every each and a listener, it's a listener. So with its whenever something happened immediately it's speaking, right? You don't find bulk data. I mean, even you will not get a 10, more than 10,000 records in a real time. It's a fraction of seconds. Something is going to be one record or two records also immediately it's going to be processed to the next application. Next in the sense it's going to be a syncing application. They're going to pass the data immediately. So that's where you cannot find bulk data in real time. But coming to the batch, you will have a millions of data. For example, my business and customers are doing, for example, Amazon wants to do some batch processing. So morning it's a 24 by 7, right? Amazon we cannot that if they have any service down, otherwise no restriction of every any minute you can go and purchase or you can sell something, right? So always it's going to be a continuous business. So if I stop in real time integration, I'll wait for a day. So how many records? It's going to be millions of records. It's going to be millions of data entered into the application. So that's I want to process. It's going to be a batch process. So millions of records you are going to process to one system to other system is going to be a batch process. Or within a fraction of seconds you want to do process the data, you want to flow data between applications, that is going to be real time. So two things will be there. And it's a set job schedule frequency, it's a daily, monthly, weekly or yearly. It's going to be a depends on the business. Okay. So I hope you guys able to follow the integration and migration, and you are able to follow the batch processing and real time. So these are the common questions in a generally these are all fundamentals. When you are going for a ETL, you have to understand what is integration, what is migration, what is batch process, what is real time, what is the job frequency. These are all fundamentals when you are going to create any process. So when you are creating a process, you have to ask the requirement. So what is the frequency of this job, and what is it is a batch process, what time you are going to load this data, and how much data is going to be there. So this kind of questions comes around from this takeaway, like from this knowledge, right? You have to take this kind of questions when you are creating a flow, ETL flow. So this is a migration, or this is a integration, or if it is a integration, then what is the what is the it is a real time or a batch. So generally they'll ask you, right, are you going to create any real time in Talent? So you can create a Talent. Are you the batch process means what time you want to schedule the job. So these kind of questions you can understand now, and you can ask your whoever going to provide you to create a mapping one process creation. So what is the schedule time, and what how much data volume of data is going to process in a daily basis, or it is going to be a intermediate day level of scheduling, like every 6 hours or a 4 hours you have to schedule. So these kind of questions you can start asking. And when you are going to the project, you have to understand it is an integration or a migration, what it is integrated or what it is migrating, why they are migrating. So these kind of questions you can start putting in your mind, and you can play with the people whoever going to discuss with you. You can ask these questions. Okay, these are all fundamentals. It's not related to talent tool. Okay, it's these are like ETL related fundamentals. So you can assume for any tool, and you can ask for any when you are creating process in on any tool. Okay, so I'm going to stop here, and please start downloading. So after downloading, right, you will see this kind of folder I told you, right? So after seeing the folder, open that, just click on this application. So it will open it. Okay, it will prompt like this. Okay, tomorrow I'll show you after opening this what it is going to ask and what we have to configure. So what is the workspace and what is a project. We'll start understanding the setup of project in studio. Okay, any questions? I'm going to stop recording. If you have any questions, you can ask.